but then somehow you end up scrolling for 2 hours, even though you knew what you needed to do. You had a whole plan. You knew exactly the task you needed to do that you were going to work on. Have you guys been in that position? Because like for me, like I definitely have been in that position more times than I'd like to admit. So yeah, what is it like? Tell me in the chat, what is it that distracts you guys the most? Tell me, let me know. What is it? I think with me, it's YouTube. Or if I have the social media like apps downloaded, then oh my gosh. So like, do they make social media even more addictive than what it used to be? You know, like, oh my gosh. I feel like Instagram's fine. I feel like I'm able to like get off Instagram if I need to. But TikTok, oh my god. TikTok is like Instagram on steroids. I feel like the reason for that is that with Instagram, it's a bit less authentic. But TikTok is like people are relatable. Like people just post the most unhinged things and it makes you watch more because like it's so relatable. Mary Wankwa Ministries, doing different tasks and not prioritizing. Oh my gosh, I almost did this today because there were so many things in my mind that I needed to do that like my brain is like switching. Oh, I have to do this. Oh, I have to do this. Oh, I have to do this. But no, you need to focus on the one task that you have in front of you. Not prioritizing. Yeah, I understand. I definitely understand. Yeah. I feel like no one really talks about that enough actually. Yeah. Like how you can actually be distracted by a quote unquote good thing. Like something that is good. But like you need to know the difference between, hi Cole, how are you? Like your profile picture. It's very nice. Is it like a game character? It's like you need to understand the difference between a good thing and a God thing. You know, because not everything good is like actually going to move you forwards. Like it can just be another distraction. So like with everything we need to ask God, okay, God, what is it you want me to prioritize and what is it that you just want me to like I can actually just park to the side. That was me today because I was like there were like two types of like business ideas I was having. I was like, all right, am I gonna pursue like a speaking career or am I gonna pursue like making like paid offers on social media? And it was just clear that I can't do both, even though I wanted to do both so bad. Like I had an opportunity to like learn both at the same time, but previous me knows from experience you cannot do two things at the same time. You have to focus on one thing and give your all to that one thing. Because I already go to university, you know, so it's like now that I'm in the summer period, I can't just like act like by the time September comes, I'm still gonna have all this time. By the time September comes, third year, final year of university, where everyone around me has been telling me, final year, it gets tough. Personally, I felt the step up from first year university and second year university. Second year university, in the first semester, I was finding it hard. The questions were harder. Like sometimes I would read an essay question, an open book essay question, I just wouldn't even understand. I was like, what? I didn't even know what I didn't even know what the question was asking me. That's how difficult the second year was compared to first year. So like, yeah, just have to like be realistic, but like bring everything to God. Hi Ravia, where am I from? I'm from the UK. Where are you from? So guys, we're just talking about procrastination. and how like oftentimes when you procrastinate, it's not out of laziness. It's like probably just because you're escaping from your reality because you're dissatisfied with your reality. So we were like, well, what is it that you could possibly be dissatisfied with? And this was on TikTok live, and like we were thinking, okay, why would you want to escape from your reality? Ravia, that is true. Yeah. Well, why is it true? Why is it true, Ravia? Like, what are you? Hi, Sir Live. How are you? We're just talking about procrastination and like escaping from your reality because you're maybe like disappointed with your life. You're dissatisfied with your life. Maybe like weeks have gone by, months have gone by, years have gone by, and you're still in the same place that you told yourself you weren't going to be in. You know, I'm fine, thank you so much, Sir Love. How are you? Like, that's definitely been the case with me for so many years. I have a podcast, it's called Blessed Youth Podcast, and I had this idea for this podcast like when I was 17, 16, 17. 16, literally. In my, like when I was 16, yeah. I'm 20 now. Hi, Yazan. I'm 20. How are you, Yazan? It's been 4 years, and I've only just like started taking my podcast seriously. So that's 4 years. 4 years gone by. So that is definitely something, you know, that I may like want to escape from. You know, no, my name's not Jenny. My name's Chloe. So yeah, because you know, when you're dissatisfied with your life or like something in your life, it's a very bitter, painful feeling. It's a very bitter, painful feeling. So that bitter, painful feeling is something that you may want to escape from. Guys, tell me in the chat what distracts you the most. What is it that distracts you the most? I think with me, it's like YouTube or social media. Tell me. Right. What is it for you guys? Okay. And also, like, something else I also want to touch on is what emotions come up before you procrastinate. You know, Ravia Uja 549. People want to escape from reality when they are not happy with the life that they are living. Very true. Yeah, very true. And it all comes down to your decisions. Because I was revisiting my goals. So like, you know, for the new year, when you write your new year resolutions, I write like new year goals. And I wrote a 3-month goal. And from my 3-month goal, I saw that we're 5 months now. So I was revisiting this goal like about a week ago. And basically I didn't do my 3-month goal, right? What distracts me is when I'm trying to do many things at the same time. Yes, very true. I didn't do my 3-month goal. There were like quite a lot of reasons why. One of them is that like I wanted to get an editor and I paid the editor and he didn't like he ghosted me right after I paid him. And then I had the exams. But there were like other goals too. And when I look back on it, it's procrastination and like these little pockets of like distraction. Like you'll say, oh, I'm just gonna maybe only 15 minutes, just a quick break, just a quick scroll break. But like no, because that scroll break turns into like 2 hours, you know, like, you know. I get frustrated and distracted when things aren't going my way. So what are those things that aren't going your way? You know, Ravia Huja. What are those things? You know, what do you usually do instead of the task, and what emotions come up before you procrastinate? Because with me, that bitter feeling is not a nice feeling. Let me give you a really good example. A really good example is yeah, I was already talking about it in my podcast. So with my podcast, like I didn't do my podcast, and that was just because I was concerned about what my family had to say about me. They weren't really happy with me doing my podcast. Not with me doing my podcast, but with me like sharing so openly on my podcast about my story and things like that. Because I like to share about my story, you know, things I've been through. Because like I feel like my story is my why for my podcast. You know, I went through bullying, and that affected me. And like there are also things like that. I feel like when you're being bullied, it's something that affects you negatively, and it's also something that you would want to escape from. And I feel like something that like I used to escape from that was like obviously YouTube and scrolling, but also things like pornography and masturbation. You know, like when it was like maybe a certain time of the month, like during ovulation. But that's something that actually really affected me. You know, lowered my self esteem. But it's something that people struggle with so much, and no one's willing to talk about it because it's kind of like a taboo thing. But like it's actually such a common struggle. So I thought, yeah, I definitely need to mention, you know, to bring it up and mention it because it is hurting people, you know. So yeah, but like I think with me, the emotions that come up before I procrastinate are stress, anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, you know, and then right there and then that's when you need to renew your mind to battle that specific like negative thought, because distractions like your phone, it's not actually like coming to interrupt you from you doing your work. No. Inevitably it's avoidance because you are choosing to go to it to avoid the task that's in front of you, you know. Or when you're trying to do many things at the same time, maybe like the thought about doing another task sounds more appealing than doing the task that's right in front of you that you know you need to do. The thought of starting something new and is like more exciting than being consistent with the current thing that you're working on, you know? So, yeah, guys, what happens? Just say in the chat, what happens after you procrastinate? You know, what is it that you do after you procrastinate? Do you get back on track with the task that you want to do, that you have to do? Or do you feel like worse about yourself and then you just completely give up on the task that that you needed to do? What is it? You know, because I feel like with me, like there've definitely been times where like I'd be so upset with myself that I would just go and self-sabotage immediately. Like maybe I'll just give up on the task that I needed to do. Or I kind of like use that upset with myself as like a negative fuel to do my work. Or I forgive myself and I like do the task that I need to do. So yeah, guys, tell me, let me know, what is it that you do? But yeah, like distractions are usually emotional. You need to reflect and think every time you've procrastinated, why? Why? Is it because you're having a negative thought? Like most times you are having a negative thought, you know. a limiting belief, and you've believed that limiting belief, which then leads you to then go and self-sabotage and procrastinate. So you need to renew your mind. You need to renew your mind. You need to renew your mind. Yeah. And a good way to renew your mind, like Jesus gave the perfect example. When he was out in the desert fasting, and when every time the devil came to tempt him, he used scripture that would directly combat and attack the negativity that the devil was coming at him with. Okay, so with me, let's say I'm feeling like some sort of resistance or fear to like share my story or like post something that maybe I feel like would lead to judgment or anything like that. Yeah, I have this scripture that I love, and it directly combats that like fear of what other people have to say, or like fear that what I'm about to do is going to lead to bad consequences. But what I want to do is like a good thing, you know. And the scripture is, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not fear. What can man do to me?" That is the scripture. And do you just see how it directly combats that fear of man, you know? So yeah, that's key. And your environment matters. Like, if you get easily distracted in your room by yourself, you need to leave your room and crack on with your work outside of your room. So go to a library or a cafe, you know, go to a place where people are doing their work. Because when you're around productive people, it just encourages you to be productive. Because your phone, like all your devices, are designed to keep you hooked. Yeah. So your environment matters. And if you have friends as well that just encourage you to do things that waste your life. Because a way to escape, also people don't really talk about this enough, all the things that are glamorized by the media, like smoking, drinking, promiscuity, like all of these things are shown to be like, if you participate in these activities, you're living like you're being lit, you know. But no, you're just being a loser. So if you have friends that kind of encourage you to live this useless lifestyle, you need to get new friends who are inspiring, and ambitious, and taking action on the things that matter and you can see are moving them forwards. Yeah. And then if you can get these friends to hold you accountable to the tasks that you want to take action on, but you've been hesitant to take action on, yeah, then you're gonna fly. So yeah, like one thing, I think the biggest thing that has genuinely helped me the most is having accountability and working alongside other people in focused sessions instead of just me relying on pure motivation alone, you know. So that's actually why I started like doing these early morning accountability group calls, you know. So we meet up on Zoom like every day at 4 a.m. and yeah, it's really helpful. Like it's helped me go and like it's helped me go from stuck, stagnated, bitter and upset with myself, frustrated with myself, and distracted, being a loser, to successful, diligent, hardworking, someone who gets things done, you know? And so, yeah, like it's helped me so much. Accountability, because people like pay for accountability. That's why people get coaches, because accountability is life changing. Because that's what helps you to show up. Accountability, because oftentimes it's so much easier. Like staying consistent is oftentimes much easier. Like being in the flow state is so much easier than like being in a position, going from like a stuck, stagnated, distracted, can't be bothered position, and then like trying to take action from there. That is hard. That is hard. That's so hard. But that's what accountability helps you to do. It helps you to show up and take action. Yeah, because it's like leaning onto the psychology of, oh, like I don't want to let the person down who I said I would, like I'll get this done and they're going to check in on me. So yeah, like if you guys feel like you need structure and accountability to finally stop procrastinating, take action and start, and to follow through with consistency, just type in the chat right now, accountability. Type in the chat accountability, and I will send you the details for the next accountability group. Yeah, so just text in the chat accountability. Just text it now if you think it's gonna help you. You're tired of being in the same place for years. I just came off TikTok live. This girl said, yeah, she's been in the same place for 5 years. I've been in the same place for like 4 years. Yeah. And I'm ready for change. And this is what I've experienced. So yeah, like I'm really excited for your future, and you taking action, taking that specific action that is gonna get you to the next level, and for you to be the best version of yourself, the absolute best version of yourself. Yeah. So yeah, super excited for you. Hey Ravia Huja, how are you? Has this been helping you? Let me know. Yeah, because I feel like the title of like escapism, it really does hit close to home. But yeah, thank you so much for being on this live. If you're watching the the playback, just like, oh, you can't DM on YouTube, can you? But anyways, in the comments, just say accountability. Say accountability, and then I will get in touch with you and send you the details for the early morning accountability group. Like, when you join this group, get ready for your life to absolutely change for the better. All the things that you've wanted to accomplish, you will accomplish them, like in this group, because it's all about structure and systems. Accountability will help you get started, but like this group also has structure and systems which will help you to remain consistent. Yeah, one of the girls on the group was like, oh yeah, it's so supportive. Like she felt so supported and encouraged, and like she really likes this version of herself that she's like becoming, and like the growth he's had so much growth. And yeah, like it's really nice to have, because I feel like people think about having a good reputation, but like, have you ever considered having a good reputation with yourself? You know, because you are you, and you know everything that you're doing. Like behind closed doors, you see things that like, you know, the things that you do behind closed doors that other people don't see. And so like every time you make the decision to do that hard thing, that thing you've been avoiding, as opposed to avoid, like deciding to avoid and procrastinate and to escape, you know, you improve the reputation you have with yourself, which leads to higher self-esteem. So yeah, anyways, if you're watching the replay, just comment under this video accountability, and I'll send you the information to join the early morning accountability group if you're interested. And if you're ready to absolutely smash your goals and finally live the life of your dreams. Alright, have an amazing evening. Now, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm live every day. Have a blessed day. Bye.